And the second error is that architecture is not in opposition to decoration. Material, stone, brick is also decoration. The rhythm of windows is also decoration. Texture is also decoration. So this kind of thinking makes you accept nightmares like that. And the third, we didn't teach anything through murals. We don't prove anything using murals. But we can give many examples that is exactly the opposite situation. Murals are created as a part of well thought out strategy, not the last hope. And all 6 cases of our off-gallery projects show something different. This is the mural in the, at the playground of the primary school. The school has more and more modern equipment. Mural is only a part of its distinctiveness. And this is the place where people, where residents discuss the project the most, and they cannot afford the general renovation because all decorations were removed in communist areas, so it is very expensive, this renovation, but the surroundings are very well cared for. And the third, the owners created murals from the side of the outbuildings to make visible what was invisible. And the third, the residents sought permission for the mural for several years, and they were ordered to create a pedestal, renovate the facade, and renovate the square, a small park and playground. And here is the example when residents have a chance to pay attention to the large tenement house which is to be demolished in connection with the reconstruction of the city. And the last, the community that does not own the building, they can see it only from window, so it has nothing to do with shifting responsibility for renovation. So the dialogue was creative for artists, not for officials, and artists left an empty part of the wall that symbolized that changes are taking place on the city walls permanently. So I think we should describe individual works. We should try to look at the entire collection. And it is important because lack of data make this art invisible to art historians, conservators, officials. There is no spreadable data for them. When you have a gallery, you need to know what you have in it. Then you are a partner for museums, professionals, and other people interested in this. And then you are the source of database for historians, especially for historians. What does this give us? The works are created not only as a part of global gallery, global history. You can learn about the history and condition of the place and its inhabitants. You can also see how much the city can offer art. You can see the diversity in each element of the city. And aesthetics are the most important here. Mural always, trust me, look better live than on the internet. It can be seen live that the artist is guided by aesthetic taste. The aesthetic taste, following Kant, is selfless, aimless, spontaneous. It is based on interest in aesthetic phenomenon itself. Therefore, artists who do not paint ideologically, commercially for sale, absorb in their projects elements of the environment, atmosphere, own sensitivity into something that you cannot order intentionally. This can happen when a specific person meets a specific place. If you do not document it properly, only the digital postcard will remain. Thank you.
Thank you for your points and the apology of documentation of the street art graffiti mural production. So I opened the questions and answers for everyone that wants to clarify some points or to question or to comment. I also already shared the link on the chat for the book. It can be downloaded in PDF format. There's also a possibility for printing and sending home, as we do with the journals. For a long time, I have been following the work of Teresa. I have been with her in person just one time in London. Marcus Wilcox organized a conference there, I think like for 7 years or something like that. So I don't know, everyone have some questions. The book is self-explanatory, although the presentation had some particular points. I know that we are all tired and there's almost 7 at least here, and I imagine different times for everyone. But you have here the opportunity to speak to the authors. I imagine that this experience of organizing 10 years of urban forums was like a roller coaster, because there are many years of experience and each year must be different. Do you feel that was always in the same direction, or there was years that were not so positive and other years that were more?
Am I?
Yes.
Yeah. It's different years. It is various experience. Some years were prospective, and some years were not so much prospective. But we tried very much to keep the level and observe. It was what I said at the beginning. We tried to analyze, diagnose, and then make changes. So that's why I'm proud of the way the foundation went through those 10 years.
I have one more question, maybe for Violeta. Do you have, how do you explain the relation in WUSH between the university and the city council? Because with this kind of book production and knowledge production, at least here in Lisbon, it was always my objective to try to inform correctly the decision makers, and sometimes not so much the decision makers, because they are very concerned about the politics and so on, but more the technicians, like the architect that you mentioned. Do you see there's a way you can influence these considerations that were wrong from your presentation?
I can say that there's no connection between university and the city office at all. I was involved in the project gallery because it was very huge, and we needed we were asked to consult this project because it is it was the very center of the city, and objects which are historical monuments. So it was the case, but there's no dialogue between university and and city, and the same between foundation and the city. They have a policy, but they are not consequent because they allow for large advertising in the main famous Piotrkowska Street, but
they do not allow just art murals in the very center of the city under the preservation of a city preservator. So this is very weird from our point of view. So in fact, there's no the collaboration between the municipality and foundation or university as well.
It's very strange. It's very strange because you come. Yeah. It's a city with a tradition.
Yes.
And also this, the gallery became a real landmark of the city. That's why this is very strange.
Okay.
But we can say they commissioned 6 projects for a program Miasto Kamienic, 100 tenement houses renovated. So this is 6.
Yeah. They finance 6 murals within this initiative.
So they integrated some murals organized by you in a renovation project.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and you never thought about more transgressive ways of producing, like more performative actions on the street without being murals or this kind? Have you ever thought about this kind of evolution or exploration?
But we think about many aspects of this art and activities, but still this is the matter of funds, of money. I must say we work very hard to get financing for our projects, so it is not easy. Murals, to tell you the truth, murals are the cheapest way of art in public space. Twice we arranged I think marvelous, awesome installation. It was Ribbons concert at the Old Market in Łódź. It was really spectacular and touching, but it was very expensive as well, very difficult for us to arrange this.
I don't know if someone have any question. Please feel free to download, to visit Urban Forms website, and to be here.
You are kindly invited. Susan visited Łódź once, as I remember, and as Viola said, this is quite different to see murals as they are in just this context, urban and the social context. So just come here.
I have a question. I've been to Poland a few times, and it always seemed to me that Lodz is something totally different. Like it has such a creative vibe, and I was wondering why this specific city.
Nice to hear this. I am also convinced that this specific and unique city. I don't know why. Because of this the unique urban and architecture arrangement, and this remains of architecture from 19th and 20th century. Maybe this climate and people here. Some say which is the most perspective city, Poland city nowadays, open for young people. So I can't answer your question. In fact,
I can add to that we had over 600 factories and one is working. So this is the answer. So we have to do something with this, these objects. So it is for creative people. We have some cultural center. We are not sure if we need it, but it is the fact that it is a big post-industrial city, similar to Manchester or Lyon. It is not unique, in fact, but interesting
and still uncovered somehow. I remember the first conference, Aesthetic Energy of the City conference, and we invited participants for the guided tour around murals. It was very early in the morning, and people were not so keen on to go for this guided tour, but somehow we forced them to go out. And when we start, just 5 first minutes, and people are ours. They were absolutely excited by the city, by these tenant houses, and in fact, this guided tour lasted 3 or 4 hours. There were discussions in the front of the murals, so it showed the power of the city.
And as art historian, I should say that we have 2 complexes of factories which were designed as city inside the city. So it is interesting, I think. It is quite unique.
That's great. So we are now concluding. Thank you very much again for your work of 10 years, for your book, for your presence here and sharing all that with us. And I will conclude this day. And tomorrow we will have more to see and to look at and to talk about. It will be the last day. Actually, I don't know, maybe some of you already received also. I've received an email from an initiative in the bunkers of the North Sea, the bunkers of the Second World War. They will do a performance with an helicopter and some paint
Really?
on some font and something. Yeah. So it will be a live performance at 10 tomorrow. I think I don't know, I just will share the screen of what's going to happen. Maybe I'll also place here, or I will share tomorrow with all the participants. I will send an email and I will explain that. So to everyone, because we are just 18 here. So thanks for everyone.
Thank you very much.
And see you tomorrow. Thank you.
And
I'm tired, as I used to be in the conference space in Lisbon. I'm also tired, but it's strange because I'm just at home and now.
Yeah.
Well, and no drinks now. So
thank you for brilliant cover design.
Thank you.
It was really awesome. Thank you very
It's
much.
what I like to do. So
Yeah, yeah.
thank you.
So,
Bye bye.
see ya. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll save the chat.
Bye, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao, you French guy. How are you, Mathieu?
I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm late on my presentation. I'm late, I'm super late.
Super late? No, you are
Okay.
early. You crazy guy. So
Tomorrow will be perfect as usual.
yeah, it's
Take
really
care.
nice. Yeah,
Ciao.
take care you too. There are some guys that just left the computer on, clearly, like Javier Abarca and others.
Yeah, Javier.
I will cut them. Ciao, see you
Nice.
tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.